quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And here we go from LA. On the return, here's Ray McCloud. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Play action, here's Penix. Completes, it's Bijan Robinson. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility, get outside the pocket, and find that open man.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Penix here from the gun. Pass is caught. That's Darnell Mooney. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Penix working from the gun. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. So 2nd down coming up. Motioning the tight end now. They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. That's Denzel Perryman in on the stop.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
3rd down, it's Penix. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10, around to Robinson. Jukes one defender. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Penix now. He's got it. And this is down all the way to the 3. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Algier has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. Just 1 yard on the run. Still in good shape, though, with 2nd and goal from the 2. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We're back to SoFi right after this. Welcome back. Time for our second quarter. The Falcons with a chance to score. Here's Robinson up the middle. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
So now, here's third and goal. Penix looking to pass. And they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get the game's first points here in the second. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Out to kick it away. Here's Pinion. Return starts from the goal line. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Drive starts out with a first and 10. Right to the air is Herbert. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. And the Chargers...
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And he's able to get this down to the 36. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles. Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
On second down, here's Dobbins. And he has them a first down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. And he can escape no longer. They roll over and bring him down. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. After the sack, another pass on second down. He's got a man left. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. Third down run by Dobbins. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers earn the chance to tie it before halftime. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers start off well to tie things 7-7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. McLeod now returning it. And look at this return. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out first and 10. They go play action. Here's Penix. He puts some power on a deep one. That's grabbed inside the he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Penix on first down. Got it, man. It's London. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons take the lead just before halftime. Koo on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Kickoff taken at the 3. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
1st and 10, Herbert. That is incomplete, down to 13 seconds left. Couldn't connect with Lad McConkey, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the air, Herbert. It's caught. This is Lad McConkey. They get 35 out of that one. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Timeout called by the offense, and with another timeout available, they could actually get another 2 plays if they work quick. 1st and 10, here's Herbert. Buys time, rolling right. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. This one misses the tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
You know, I don't mind taking that risk, especially on early downs. You try to shot downfield, it doesn't work. But Kate, the good news, we've got 2 more downs, try to find a 1st.
Brown's kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. He fields it from the 8. And he's out of bounds up across the 25.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Hurst there to grab it. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Offense up to the line fast.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
They give it to Dobbins to start the 3rd. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
First down, and they go right back to him. Another big rip for him. And he's down to the 42-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Offense in the hurry up here.
The 37-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Play action now for Herbert. He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Chargers take the lead right away in half number 2. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the code for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop and will not be denied of a touchdown.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return starts from the goal line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing Penix. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Chargers return the interception close to the red zone. He's stopped inside the 25.